Hello friends, welcome to Learner's Planet. Friends, this is our second session for data interpretation. In this session, we will be discussing a problem, a set of problem in fact, uh, based on pie chart, right? But before we proceed further, I would just suggest you do revise the basic sessions of percentage, ratio and proportion, averages, and you should be aware of digital root concept also that I have already discussed in my calculation sessions. So unless until you are clear with all of these topics, it will be really difficult for you to understand the time saving techniques in data interpretation, right? Friends, I just have a quick revision of percentage to fraction and fraction to percentage conversion. So you can just refresh it, right? So let's take it. First of all, we will discuss when the numerator is 1, what is with the various denominators. First of all, let's take 1, that is 100%, 1 by 2, 50%, 1 by 3, 33.33%, 1 by 4, 25%, 1 by 5, 20%, 1 by 6, 16.67%, 1 by 7, 14 point, around 14% you can say, 1 by 8, half of 1 by 4 is 1 by 8, that is half of 25, that is 12.5%. Then 1 by 9 is 11% around, 1 by 10 is 10%, 1 by 11 is around 9%, 1 by 12 is 8.3%, 1 by 13 is around 7.6%. That up to 1 by 20 you should be knowing, right? 1 by 14, that is half of 1 by 7. So if 1 by 7 is 14%, then 1 by 14 will be half of that, that is around 7%, right? Similarly, 1 by 50, that is 1/3 of 20% you can say, because 1 by 5, 1/3 of 1 by 5 is this 20%, right? So it is 6.66%. Then 1 by 16 is half of 1 by 8, that is half of 12.5, that is 6.25%. Similarly, 1 by 17 is around 6%, because 17 6 are 102, so it's around 6%. Similarly, 1 by 18, that is half of 1 by 9, so around 5.5%. Then 1 by 19 will be around 5.2%, and 1 by 20 will be half of 1 by 10, that is 5%, right? So this much you should be aware of, and that should be in your on your tips, right? Now after that, suppose you are given any other denominator except 1, then what you can do, suppose you have to calculate 2 by 3. So 1 by 3 you know, so 2 by 3 will be just double of that, that is 66.67%. So if similarly, if 1 by 4 is given to you, you can calculate 3 by 4. So 1 by 4 is 25%, that means 3 by 4 is 75%. Similarly, if you are given 1 by 5, that is 20%, that means 2 by 5 is 40%. So the calculation will be on your tips, right? If you just aware of this much information, right? Similarly, if you know what 1 by 13 is, that is 7.6%. So what 2 by 13, 2 by 13 will be just double of that. So it's around 15 point something percent, because in data interpretation, you are never asked, or you are hardly asked about the accurate calculation. Most of the questions are based on approximation. So do not go for any sort of mugging up of the calculation. You just try to get an around idea, right? Similarly, 1 by 11 is 9%. So 2 by 11 will be around 18%. Okay. Apart from that, 1 by 17 is 6%. So 2 by 17 will be 12%. 3 by 17 will be around 18%, right? So you should be having an around idea, right? So for that, you should be knowing at least from 1 by 1 to 1 by 20, right? After that, the multipliers can be calculated in moments. Okay. And apart from that, you should be knowing vice versa also. That is 100% is 1, 50% is half, 33.33% is 1 by 3, 25% is 1 by 4, because that will also be required, right? So if you know all these things, the data interpretation will be really an easy task for you to achieve, right? Now further, next thing is comparison of fractions, that is comparison of proper fractions, right? So I have already discussed this technique, but just a quick recap let's have over here. Suppose we have a fraction 3 by 4 and I have a fraction maybe 15 by 17. Now if I have to make the comparison which one is bigger, you just go for a cross multiplication, right? This into this you should write over here, that is 51, and this into this you should write over here, that is 4 into 15, 60, right? So 60 is bigger definitely, so 15 by 17 will be greater than 3 by 4, right? So this is what the cross multiplication method. Apart from that, we had discussed one more technique, that suppose I have three fractions, say 41 by 51, 31 by 41, and maybe 17 by 22, right? Suppose we have this sort of three fractions. Now, if you are not able to quickly cross multiply the things, or if the data are a bit bigger, though you can get an approximate idea of the calculation, but then also just listen to me carefully. See, here the difference between denominator and numerator is 10. Here the difference is 10, right? So if the difference between numerator and denominator is same, that means the fraction which is having higher numerator will be higher. So from these two, this will be higher, right? 41 by 51 will be greater than 31 by 41, right? Now the third case, here we see the difference between these two is 5. Here the difference between these two is 10. Now what? You can make this difference as 10 by multiplying the numerator and denominator by 2, right? Since we are multiplying and dividing the fraction with the same number, so finally there is no change in the value. But the comparison will be, to make comparison will be easier task, right? So it is 34 by 44. Now the difference between numerator and denominator in all the three cases is same. Now we can easily make the comparison which one is the greatest and which one is the least, right? So this is the greatest, then this, right? So you can easily arrange them in ascending or descending order, right? Apart from this, we have discussed digital root concept also. An application of the digital root concept we will be discussing while solving the problems, but you should be aware of that, and unit digit calculation. Now friends, let's take up our first question on data interpretation. I'm taking a pie diagram over here. The question says, at a sweet shop, 250 kilogram of various types of sweets are sold per day. The total amount collected is 25450, right? Now we are given the two pie diagrams over here. This pie diagram is a breakup of weight, that is 250 kilogram, and this pie diagram is breakup of the total cost that is given to us over here. It is 25450, that is 25,450 rupees. Now what exactly this data is showing, right? See, out of total weight 250 kilogram, 2% was milk cake, 24% was pinni, 8% was burfi, laddu was 20%, kalakand was 10%, and rasgulla was 36%, right? That is the total of all this is 250 kilogram, right? That is what this pie diagram is actually conveying, right? Now here the total cost is 25450, that is 25,450 rupees. Now burfi makes up 12% of that, kalakand 17%, milk cake 2%, penny 28%, rasgulla 25%, and laddu 16%, right? So just for an example, 2% of 250 kilogram was milk cake. that is out of the total weight 250 kilogram, milk cake was 2%. So what is 2% of 250 kilogram? That is 5 kilogram. And what is the cost of burfi per kilogram? That is not per kilogram, but in the total cost, what is the contribution of burfi? That is, suppose I have taken milk cake over here, so further I will take milk cake over here. It's 2%. So 2% of 25450 is around 500 rupees, right? So 2 kilogram, I'm sorry, this 5 kilogram milk cake, the weight is 5 kilogram, and the selling price, that cost price of that 5 kilogram is around 500 rupees. Okay, so this is how the calculation is done. Now let's take questions one by one. Friends, to discuss various time saving techniques and maybe smart techniques or short techniques, whatever you say, I have taken 10 questions based on these pie diagrams. So I'll be discussing various techniques, but just listen to me carefully and try to understand each and every concept or maybe technique, right? Now what is the first question? At what rate does the shopkeeper sell Kalakan? Now we have to find out the selling price, that is maybe we can say this per kilogram price of Kalakan, right? Now just see here carefully. See, total weight is 250. Out of this 250, Kalakan is contributing 10%, right? So 250, 10%. So what is 10% of 250? I just write it over here as it is. It's 250 into 0.10. That is 10% of 250. That is the quantity, right? If the total cost is divided by the quantity, we will be getting the rate per kilo. Now what is the total cost that is arrived by, that is the total amount that is arrived by selling of Kalakan, that is 17% of 25450, right? So it's 25450 into 0.17, right? Now let's see how do we calculate that, right? I just can remove the decimals from both the places. Now if you have zeros in denominator, do not touch them, just put them aside, because in actual calculation zeros do not contribute anything, right? We just have to place the decimal at the proper place, right? So I just take this 0 from here and put it over here, right? Now I have 25450 by 25 into 17 to calculate. I'm not calculating this. This will be used to just put the decimal at the right place, right? Now 25, I just divide it 1, then 0, then 25 ones are 25, 200, sorry 20, and 0, that is 25 8s are 200, right? So it's 1018 into 17 that we have to calculate. Now after that, instead of doing the full calculation, we have two choices with us. Either we can go for the digital root concept. Now how do we do that? It's our calculation is exactly 1018 into 17, right? So what is the sum of the digits over here? It's 8, 9 and 10, that is 1 only. And what is the sum of digits over here? It is 7 plus 1, that is 8. So in all, the digital root over here is 8, right? Now our answer should be having the digital root as 8, because we are asked the question in complete number, no approximated value is asked, right? So our answer should be having digital root as 8. Now just see, you can always eliminate 9 if you have to get the digital root. So it's 9 is cancelled, 8 and 6 14, that is digital root is 5 over here, so it cannot be the correct choice. Similarly 7 and 3 10 and 11, that is 2 plus 6 8, we are having digital root 8 over here. Now let's see whether we are having anywhere else, otherwise it will be the correct choice. If we are having anything anywhere else, then further one more technique we have to apply, right? So let's hope 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 and 5, 15. So digital root is 6. It's incorrect. Then 6, 7, 8, 9 plus 9 is cancelled. Then 6 plus 4, 10. Digital root is 1. And what we want digital root to be 8. So this is the only option which is having digital root as 8. So this will be definitely correct choice. No need to calculate further, right? Alternatively, what you can do, just observe that the second last digit is 8, 0, 2 and 4. That means it's unique. So if you calculate the second last digit of your answer, then also you can arrive at the correct choice, right? Now how do we calculate the second last number? Just it's 1018 into 17, right? If we multiply, we can calculate the second last digit, but we are not going to calculate the do the entire product over here. Just see how do we do the second last number. It's 8 sevens are 56, 6, 5 we have to carry. Then you just cross multiply these two, right? 7 into 1, 7 plus 1 into 8, 8. So 7 plus 8, 15 and 5, 20, right? So I'll put 0 and 2 will be carried forward. So what is the second last digit? That is 0. So we have this option only with which is having second last digit as 0, because unit digit can also be done, but here the three options are having the same unit digit. We cannot come to a correct choice if we just calculate the unit digit, right? So that's why I calculated the second last digit. So we did two methods, or we discussed two methods to solve to do this calculation, right? One is the digital root concept and other is the we calculated the second last digit, right? So that is actually observation of yours that will make the problem easier and the solution will be easier for you, right? Now, what is the total price for 1 kilogram of burfi and 1 kilogram of laddu, right? Now, what is the price of 1 kilogram of burfi? What is the contribution of burfi over here? It's 8% of 250. Just 250 into 0.08. And the contribution of burfi over here is 12%. So 25450 into 0.12. Now this data will be same for burfi as well as laddu. What is the only, and we have to now add the price of laddu also. So what we can take this as common. You just try to visualize. We can take this data as common and add the price of this laddu also, right? So what is the price of laddu? What is the contribution? That is 20% over here and 16% over here. So it's 0.16 by 0.20, right? I just do the calculation over here. So it's 25450 by 250. Now it's 12 by 8 and it is 4 by 5, right? So it's just take the LCM. 5 3s are 15 and 4 2s are 8. So 15 plus 8, that is 23 by 10. Okay, so this is the calculation finally that you have to do. Okay, or you can eliminate, in fact, this 0. I just put 10 over here and this 0 I cancel with this 0. So it is 2545. I just rewrite it, but you don't rewrite in examination. I'm writing it for you only. 2545 by 25 into 23. We are not further considering this 10, right? So this is our calculation is. Okay. Now, if I divide 2545 by 10, what I'll be getting? It is 254.5. Now 254.5 into 23 by 25. Definitely it's a big calculation. Now just observe this. It's 254.5 into a data that is less than 1, right? 23 by 25, definitely you'll be getting a data that will be a fraction that will be less than 1. That means finally your answer will be lesser than 254.5, bit less than, right? Because its difference is quite small, right? So bit less than 254.5. Now just see the options, whether you have any number or any option which is having bit less, the value bit less than 254.5. So this is greater than 254.5, so it cannot be the correct choice. Even this cannot be, and it is far lower than, far lesser than 254.5, so even it cannot be. So we are left with this correct choice only. Okay, so no need to calculate further. I hope you are getting me. See friends, if you feel that the pace is quite fast of the session, you just pause the session, rewind it and listen to it once again, right? Or what you can do is you do the entire calculation on your paper. So you'll be able to understand the things why I'm applying such methods or techniques, right? Now let's see the other question. If I want to buy 5 kilogram milk cake, how much I have to pay? Now for that we have to find out the price of 1 kilogram of milk cake, right? Now what is the quantity? That is 250 kilogram, and out of that 2% is the milk cake. Friends, most of the students, what do? They actually calculate it. What is 2% of 250 kilogram? Maybe whatever, right? Now what happens? First of all, they multiply the things, then they divide the things, then they divide the things by factorization. So there is no point of multiplying the things. Keep them as it is, right? So 2% of 250, I just keep it as it is. Though it is easy, but then also no requirement of multiplication, right? So it's this, right? Now, what is the contribution of milk cake in this total cost? That is 2% still. So it's 25450 into 0.02. Now you see, just it's already cancelled. So no need to multiply. Now we have to find out the price of 5 kilogram, right? So this is the price of 1 kilogram. So if I multiply it by 5, I'll be getting the price of 5 kilogram, right? So it's actually simple. You can just divide. So you'll be getting the answer. It's quite simple. No need to go for any sort of shortcut. The only thing is, do not multiply the things. First of all, you multiply the things, then you factorize the thing, and then you divide the thing. So there is no point, right? So your answer is 509. Friends, in this session, I'm just going to solve a query sent by a student. We have to solve this expression and one of the options from this is correct, right? Now, probably this is an expression from data interpretation problems. Now you can see the options are quite closer to each other, so there is left hardly any scope of approximation, right? So what most of the students are making mistake over here, that this is 4,34,000 and it is around 3,87,000. They make it like 4,50,000 and to it they are making 4 lakh, right? Now what happens in this case if you do it, right? So here you are giving an increase of 16,000, right? To make it a 4,50,000, you are giving an increase of 16,000, and here you are giving an increase of 13,000 only to make it 4 lakh, right? So percentage increase in the numerator and in the denominator, it's not same, right? So you may arrive at the wrong answer because the options are quite closer to each other. It is 1.03, 0.07, 1.12, 1.15 and 1.23, right? So if you get 4.4 by 4, right? So it will be like, what will be the answer that you will like? 4.5 by 4. So it's 9 by 8. Now what you will be doing out of it, because both the expressions are approximated to higher side. So you got this. Now what? Right? So you may arrive at the wrong answer. So do not approximate this sort of expression to that particular extent, right? Now just listen to me carefully how to solve this sort of problems. Now just make it 0. So what I'm doing over here to make this 4,34,000, I'm just converting it to around 43,000 and it is around 38,000, right? Okay, now it's easy to speak. 43,000 around 38,000. Now I just have to get the actual answer from these 5 options. Now you know the division, right? If 43,000 is divided by 38,000, definitely numerator is greater than the denominator, so your answer will be greater than 1, right? So if you divide this by this, so the first number of the quotient will be 1 only, because it is numerator is bigger than the denominator. So you got the first step as 1. So first number of the quotient as 1, or first digit of the quotient as 1, which we are having in all the options, right? So now first digit is clear to us. Now what? After that there is 3, 7, 12, 15 and 23. 3, 7, 12, 15 and 23. I'm sorry, these options are quite far from each other, 3, 7, 12, 15, 23, quite far from each other, right? Because we have already calculated 1. Now we have a scope of approximation. Now what I do, if you divide any number by other number, for the first time you divide, right, as we have divided. For the second time, what you do, you find the difference between these two, right? This is 43,000 and it's 38,000. Now what is the difference between these two? It's 5,000, right? Around 5,000. Now 5,000 has to be divided by 38732 to get the next digit. Now after decimal we have to get 2 digits, so I just put 2 zeros over here. Now this is 5 lakh and this is 38,372, 38732, right? No problem. Okay, now I have to see this 5 lakh is 3 times, 7 times, 12 times, 15 times and 23 times, right? Now it becomes very simple. Now 10 times of 3,87,000 will be what? I'm sorry, 10 times of 38,000 will be what? It's 3,87,000. So it's more than that. So these two options are eliminated. Now 20 times of this is what? It will be like first of all, 76,000 will be double. So 20 times will be what, like 7,60,000. But our numerator is less than 7,60,000. So even this is eliminated because the answer cannot be more than 20, right? Now let's calculate 15 times of this. So 10 times of this is 3,80,000 around, and 5 times of this is around like to half of this to be added. So it's around, we will be adding 19,000 also. So half of 38,000 is 19,000. So 1.5 times will be 57,000. That is 38 plus 19. So 15 times will be 5,70,000, right? And we are having 5 lakh. So it's less than 5,70,000. So even this is not the correct choice, right? So we are left with 12 only. This is only the correct option because 10 times of this will be 3,80,000 and 2 times of this will be around like what? 76,000, right? So 12 times of this data will be approximately 4,50,000 to 4,80,000 in between, right? So this is the correct option because this is eliminated, this is eliminated, right? So this way you can arrive at the correct answers. If you can observe that after decimal the datas are quite far from each other. So for the first step you just eliminate the first number, that the way we eliminated, right? So I hope it's easy for you to understand. Friends, one more suggestion I would just like to make over here, that always try to calculate in your own mother tongue which you have been using so far, or in whatever the medium in which you have studied so far, right? So it becomes easier for you to calculate, right? Because nobody is going to see in which language you are calculating. They're interested in only correct answers, right? So I hope this method is clear. If you have any other queries, do send me on the mail ID which I have given in the previous slide, right? So see you in the next session. Bye-bye.